On this channel, I taught already thousands of people how to start drop servicing. As you can see, 26K, 20K, 18K, 18K, 16K, 12K, 11, 10K. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 10 lessons of doing drop servicing in the last few years. All of these lessons are extremely important, bro. Okay, it's not like you want to listen to the first and skip the second, third, or whatever. No, you want to listen to every single word I say. If you're beginner drop servicer, I already explained what drop servicing is. We're reselling other people's services. It can be in graphic design, like thumbnails. It can be web designs. We can resell agency work as well. So, for example, running of ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and stuff like that. That client that I showed you at the beginning of this video, I helped him a little bit with his website. Also, I helped him to increase LinkedIn followers and connections. Also helped him to increase his Instagram following with targeted leads. In today's video, the first lesson is both low ticket and high ticket niches can work. So first of all, you may ask, Tom, what are you talking about? Like, what kind of niches are you even talking about? Of course, I'm going to tell you which are the biggest niches that most people are in, which is video editing, graphic design, running of ads, and social media management. And of course, it's web development. These are the biggest niches that people are coming into. So what do I mean by both low ticket and high ticket approaches in drop servicing can work? What I mean by that is you can make money in a low ticket approach where, for example, you're selling thumbnails at 15 bucks. Typically, you're gonna have more volume, okay? And if you're selling high ticket services like what I showed you, one of my payments, if you're doing a lot bigger project, you can make a lot more money and need way less clients. So what are the rules? What are the rules that you need to follow to make money by using either of these principles? So if you are going after a low ticket approach, make sure that the exact niche that you're going for, right, it has high volume, okay, and typically it's gonna have low margin. This can work, okay? If both of these criteria are true, it can work. Okay, if you're going for the high ticket approach, typically you need a high margin, okay, and usually it's gonna be a low volume. But if both of these are correct, you can make money. But of course, the best approach would be that is high margin and high volume, but this is super rare, okay? But the worst position would be if you're going into a niche, right, that is low volume and low margin. If both of these criteria are correct, you want to leave that niche as quickly as possible and switch to something else. Now, second lesson, try to sell drop servicing services in bundles to achieve higher prices. One of the problems that a lot of people, especially newbies in drop servicing, face is they think about, oh man, this is amazing. So I can get a website at like, 190 bucks, 150 bucks. What if I actually sell it at 200 bucks, right? I'm gonna make like $50. If I'm gonna send it at $300, I'm gonna make $150. First of all, that's not a good approach because you want way higher margins. But not only that, if you only are selling one service at a time, right, without any bundle, it's very hard to maintain high margin. So, for example, what I mean by that, if let's say I wanted to resell this website for somebody in the US, right, the very basic strategy would be I literally say, look, my cost is $300, right? So to the client, I say, you know what? I'm gonna sell it at $900. The client can easily go onto Google, right, and type in, I don't know, website design or whatever. They can do some research, right? And they might think, yeah, maybe that's a good price or whatever. But if I actually bundle some other services in the same thing, suddenly the client is not able to simply go and research, okay, how much that services actually cost. So it's gonna be like opaque price. Okay, it's gonna be very difficult to understand. For example, when you go to a supermarket, right, and let's say you buy an apple, you typically know what an apple costs, okay? But what if in the same shopping bag you put an apple, an orange, some chicken, and something else, right? Suddenly, most people would not know how much that would cost, or they would have to make some calculations in their head. This is exactly the same thing what I'm talking about. So what you can do to your clients, you can say, you know what, I'm gonna do a little bit of social media management to increase your following. I'm gonna do some lead management to get more leads for your business. Plus, I'm also gonna create you a website. all of this is going to cost you $1,500. So what you can actually do is you can spend $300 making the website, another $200 for the leads, and another couple of $100 for social media management and stuff like this, right? So overall, the client is not understanding, okay, how much this should cost. It's very difficult to do pricing research and compare with another supplier. This is a very advanced strategy that is going to make you a lot of money. And I frequently do this with my clients as well. Lesson number 3, focus on client acquisition. This is so important. You know, a lot of people in dropservicing space, what they do is they think about, oh man, you know what? I'm gonna make the biggest and the best website on the entire planet. When it comes to dropservicing, it's gonna be so cool that people are gonna flock into my website. I'm gonna make so much money. The same thing also happens with people who basically create a portfolio when it comes to thumbnails, when it comes to stuff like this, right? And they think, if I have a crazy portfolio, people are gonna flock into my portfolio and somehow start ordering from me. But that's not the reality. The reality is you have to make offers, okay? When you're quite well known in your niche, or you have some referrals and stuff like that, yes, people can come to you. Yeah, that can happen. And this is the position that I want to be in, where clients are coming to me. I don't actually reach out to clients. Clients are coming to me through referrals and through content marketing and stuff like that. But at the beginning, you have to do cold outreach. Usually, drop servicing clients are found by sending cold emails, called LinkedIn DMs, called Instagram DMs. And usually it is done at scale by using multiple different accounts. Which brings me to today's sponsor, gologin.com. GoLogin is a secure browser to manage multiple different accounts all on one device without random blocks and accidental suspicion logins. So this is how GoLogin looks from the inside. You can choose a proxy, and then you can choose a country that you want your location to be as. And then you can choose one of the profiles, and you can go to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or wherever you want to do the cold outreach to not have any of your accounts banned, linked, and stuff like this. If you want to try GoLogin for your cold outreaching, it's going to be super useful. Go to the description or pin comment in my videos and you can try it completely free. More offers will mean more clients. What do I mean by more offers? So you need to do cold outreach. Okay, send emails, send Instagram DMs, send LinkedIn DMs, and stuff like this. You know, more people are gonna see your offers in their face. More people are gonna order. That's just the reality, bro. Like, you cannot literally sit there, watch your screen, watch your website, watch your portfolio, and expect clients to come to you. It's just not gonna happen, bro. This is the reality. Okay, lesson number 4. What are the best niches for drop servicing? I briefly covered it, but I'm gonna go quickly through the main niches that people are making money in my drop servicing community. So first of all, video editing, graphic design, web development, ads, and social media management. So every niche can make money. That's the first thing. Okay, I want you to understand this. Okay, you have to understand that every single niche you can make money in. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to go to fiverr.com, graphics and design. Brochure design, poster design, catalog design, menu design, flyer design. This is very, very big. A lot of people are making money in this space. Packaging and labeling design, also super, super popular as well. Not so easy to get clients, but it's a high ticket service. Okay, UX design, app design, so making screenshots of apps, you can do that as well. Not so easy to get clients, but it can be high ticket as well. Now, web development is absolutely huge. A lot of people in my community are making money with that. So you can make landing pages, dropshipping websites, WordPress, Shopify, Wix, custom websites. I don't really recommend unless you really know what you're doing. Okay, brother. Digital marketing, SEO, I don't really recommend going into it, but some people are in that niche. Social media marketing, that is, administering Facebook pages, Instagram pages, LinkedIn pages, YouTube pages, and stuff like that. Okay, paid social media, running ads, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and stuff like this. I've done that personally, so I know how this niche works really well. And now, next this is big one. I started with video editing as my number 1 niche when I started drop servicing. So video editing is, of course, number 1. Long form, short form, it doesn't matter. You can make money in any of these niches. So I just wanted to quickly go through the main niches so you know. Lesson number 5, increase your price. You heard that right. I don't want you to reduce prices. I want you to increase the prices, and really a lot, okay? A lot of people are afraid of increasing prices when it comes to drop servicing because they think, oh, you know what? My clients can go onto Fiverr, right? And they can find a supplier. They're gonna make them a website for $100, $50, $70, whatever the case may be. Brother, it doesn't matter. We're not looking for cheap clients. We're looking for clients who are gonna pay us 2K, 3K, 5K for a website, okay? And those kinds of clients will want to get good quality, okay? So we're gonna manage that work, okay? If this supplier at, $100, $200 does something silly, right? We're gonna fix those mistakes. We're gonna get the requirements from the client. We're gonna manage the process. That's why we are taking the majority of the money, not the supplier, because we got the client and we are sorting a problem for that client, which is making his website, making it the best it possibly can be, adding the content and all that kind of stuff, okay? This is super important. Whether you are in a low ticket approach or high ticket approach, it does not matter. Honestly, bro, it literally does not matter. A lot of you guys, in my client wins tab on school.com/dropservicing on my group, right? A lot of people are in video editing, in web development and stuff like that. Some of you guys are charging very little, and I really encourage you to increase those prices. Just not that long ago, okay, one of my viewers, Vina, right? She basically said that she got a client. Okay, so that was less than a month ago. Okay, and then I asked her, so what's the client like, right? How much money you're making and stuff like that. And she said, hey, for YouTube, I get 210 to 445 USD per video. Okay, and TikToks, $30 to $60 per video, which is really, really good rates. She's a complete beginner. And if you actually go on Fiverr, you can easily find a supplier who's gonna edit a YouTube video for 60, 70 bucks. Easy. Okay, TikToks, easily you can find people editing TikTok videos for $5 easily. Have a look at this. I'm gonna show you $5. Let's go down. $5. A lot of people charging $5. And this 210 and 445, this, I would say it's even a high ticket approach. If you can get consistently clients for this kind of amount, this is crazy, right? Just a few videos a month and you're making a couple of thousand from just one client. So Vina, massive congrats to you. Thanks for sharing it. It's really, absolutely, really awesome to see that. So Vina is taking my advice literally, okay? She's increasing the prices a lot from these Fiverr suppliers. And a lot of you guys, I've seen, you're charging like $15 for a thumbnail. You can do that, but as you get some experience, as you get some clients, brother, please, for me and for you, increase those prices. I want you guys to make a lot of money, post a lot of reviews on here, okay? And potentially, after some time, when you make a bunch of money, you come back to me, maybe you buy my mentorship, maybe you want me to partner up with your agency, maybe you invite me to be a partner of your agency. Whatever the case may be, that's why I make these videos. I want to be known amongst agency owners globally. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm helping so many people. Look, Tom has changed my life. This is absolutely amazing. So many people made money with drop servicing in my community. This man really changed my life. Thanks to him. Look at this, brother Yusuf, $930. This is absolutely incredible. I believe he also made money with thumbnails as well. So this is a very, very, very big learning, brother. If you are in low ticket, high ticket, whatever, increase your prices. You're gonna have less clients, but more money. Lesson number 6. One of the biggest things that a lot of these guys have got that you do not have if you're a complete beginner in dropservicing is having at least one client. Some of these people have more than one client, okay, and I believe they probably are far ahead where they were when they posted these reviews. So probably they got multiple clients right now. The most important part is, as soon as you get your very first client, you gotta really get all in. Getting your first client is like, it's gotta be like a Trojan horse. So you essentially come into your client's life, you help him with, for example, let's just say you was approaching me, right? You approach me with thumbnails. Okay, some of you people send me offers all the time. Video editing, graphic design, YouTube video editing, stuff like that. And some of you guys, I've tried some of your services, okay, and paid money for that, okay? So sometimes you approach me. And usually what is very important for me is to understand, what is the person like? Do I want to work with that guy? What is the portfolio like? You know, does he have previous good work examples and stuff like that? Sometimes I try these services and so do other creators that these people are reaching out to, okay? What is really important, just again to say, is one of the biggest and most important parts is, as soon as you got your very first client, help him. You want to get as much value in terms of monetary rewards, right? In terms of orders, so the client orders from you, but you also want to give as much value to the client. So you don't want to sit around and think, oh, you know what? I don't know how to help you, bro, but I want to make money. No, brother, you have to literally go on their channel. If it's YouTube, if it's web design, whatever, go on their channel and try to offload value onto them. As soon as you got them as a client, even just a tiny order for a thumbnail, whatever, go on a Zoom call with them and say, look, brother, I can help you with video editing. If you're doing shorts, I can help you with shorts. Do you need a website? I can do whatever you need. So of course, don't be like super pushy, but ask questions. Do you need a website? You know, I've got you've got a personal brand. Do you need a website? So don't push your agenda. Don't push your stuff that you want to sell, but ask questions. Do you need a website? Do you need this? Do you need that? Who is currently editing your shorts? Can I help you with that? Maybe I can offer you better service. Maybe I can match or increase the views that you're currently getting with my strategies. Maybe I can optimize the SEO of your videos or your website. Whatever you're selling using your drop servicing business, it is up to you to reach out to your very first client and literally try to help him as much as possible. Give insane amount of value, you're gonna get money back. But that's not everything. A lot of people also do this mistake. I bought from Fiverr literally dozens and dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of times at this point, okay? And a lot of these people, when they finish the order, they don't message you or anything, they just disappear. I've also worked with different freelancers and suppliers just who message me by Gmail or whatever. And also, we work with a few orders, they disappear. They never follow up. Man, this is completely the stupidest thing ever. If you get a client, work with him for some time, even if it's one order or two orders, you want to keep following up. You know, if you stop working, right, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, follow up with the client and ask, brother, do you need any help? Like, is everything okay? Like, can I help you with this? Can I help you with that? You know, you have to basically go after these clients and really try to be nice to them. And, you know, try to become a friend with them, okay? You want to deliver a lot of value, but also you want to be initiating those conversations. Lesson number 7, don't give your price upfront. Ask your clients, okay? Ask your client for a budget before project actually is concluded, before you got a quote, before whatever. Do not offer the price upfront. This is 101 of negotiation. Okay, I didn't go to Harvard Business School, but I studied at Imperial College London, which is in 10th place globally, usually. So, and I had negotiation classes. I'm telling you, bro, if you are not a professional salesperson, you will not know this. But if you have been in sales, you don't need to go to negotiation classes or whatever. You literally learn this on the job. That if you, for example, wanted to sell a website at, for example, I don't know, $200, right? Let's just say, if you say to your client $200, the client will say yes. Well, but if you actually ask your client, what is the budget that you have? What is the budget that you have for this project? If your client says, you know what, my budget is $800. Well, in that case, why would you charge $200 if you can charge $800 and make 4 times as much money? That's exactly my point. And a lot of people are doing this mistake. You know, I've seen this problem way too many times where people are simply literally just offloading their quotes left and right and then thinking, brother, why am I still stuck in this low ticket environment? Why nobody's paying more? Well, because you're giving low price. You're not asking for client's budget. That's what you got to do, bro. Listen to this advice. This is super important. Okay, now, This is gonna be very, very important. The next lesson is lesson number 8, okay? Lesson number 8 is very important. A lot of people on my dropservicing community are posting a lot of questions, discussions, and things like that. Look at this guy 3 days ago. So I'm day 102, got 4 clients. Brother, that's not bad. Congrats, Zach. How much money have you made? Feel free to comment after if you watch this video, right? So a lot of people are posting day 6, day 1, and all that kind of jazz, right? This is really important. But what I want to tell you is that most people fail with starting their own agency, be it in drop servicing or whatever the case may be, if they actually stop. Yeah, it's not if they don't get clients, but if they stop. So if you're gonna start drop servicing, video editing, graphic design, web development, whatever you want to start your agency on, if you're gonna try it for, I don't know, 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, couple of weeks, right? You probably are not gonna get crazy results. Let's be real, brother, right? People who have been, some of these people, I'm gonna show you one guy. Yeah, Yusuf, this guy has been posting comments for a long time until he started making money on my community. So it's really important for you to understand that, if you wanna make money with drop servicing, you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the time, right? If you're not putting the time, you're not gonna make any money. This is super, super important. The next lesson is try to find traction in one niche before you jump from one niche to another, from one niche to the other. So many people are doing this mistake. Under my YouTube videos, thousands of comments have been left in the last year. Thousands of comments. Okay, some videos have 100 plus comments, right? And I've got over 100 videos, right? And a lot of the comments sometimes ask, I tried selling video editing services. I got like a couple of clients. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure how to scale or whatever, and I got people also say, I didn't get any clients, and like, what should I do? Should I change my niche or whatever? I've sent 100 emails or I've sent 50 emails. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe the niche that I chose, web development, is not good. Maybe the niche that I chose where I send 50 emails is not good. Brother, like, if you actually want to succeed in drop servicing, the lowest amount of time I would even try drop servicing is probably a month. This is the lowest that I would try drop servicing within just one niche. But like, if you actually want to succeed in drop servicing, honestly, you gotta look at a little bit longer time frame. Okay, 3 months is what I probably would dedicate to just the first niche when you're starting out. If you're just starting out, come on, bro, you're not gonna get any results in the first couple of weeks. It's just the reality. By the time you get, choose your niche, get some of your leads, emails and stuff like that, craft messages, by the time you start sending emails, it's gonna be 2 weeks, okay? So unless you're super fast, you know what you're doing and stuff like this, or maybe you're mentoring with me. So of course, you can accelerate that process much, much faster. But typically, if you're on your own, it's gonna take you a couple of weeks just to get started. First month is gonna be testing the waters. Like, if you want to actually get somewhere, brother, you're gonna need like 3 months realistically, okay? So this is super important. And then you can get to a place like this. Consistent payments from clients daily, 20 to 50 bucks. So as you can see, he showed one of the consistent payments. Stick to, between 1 month at the lowest possible end, but ideally from 3 to 6 months in one niche. Because I'm telling you, bro, video editing, graphic design, web development, ads management, all of these 4 niches can make you money, because I've made money in all of those 4 niches, and I'm telling you, all of them work. It's just, you gotta get the clients, you gotta put in the work. Okay, and finally, the very final lesson number 10. One of the biggest mistakes that people are making when they're starting dropshipping business, I've seen that way too many times. They simply say, you know what, you can't make money in drop servicing because there is no margin. So, I gave you at the beginning very, very valid point. Increase your prices. Okay, if somebody is charging, let's say for Instagram Reels, $5, right? You don't want to sell it at $10. You want to sell it at 25, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. I showed you one of the people on here, Vina, right? Who was selling TikToks at 30 to 60 bucks, right? So increase those prices, you're going to make more money. But also the flip side is very, very important. You want to get people who are doing this at $5. $5. Look, this is $15. Okay, so that's very, very important point. Some, variation on Fiverr is always there. You can easily find a web designer on Fiverr who is going to charge you $1,000. Easy. There's a lot of people like that. Okay, I just found one. Look, $1,000, which is actually a pretty good rate, and probably there's going to be people who are ordering from this guy. 23 orders in a queue for $1,000. Okay, look at the premium website, $1,700, and 23 people are currently in the queue for this guy. This makes no sense. This hurts me, okay, because there is thousands of people who are really good from Asia. We're charging like $200-300. They can make this website at the same quality. I can guarantee almost 100%. Okay, you just got to find a good supplier for sure. But the biggest point in drop servicing that a lot of people are making, the biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes is simply they are taking too expensive suppliers. They're not doing enough research, be it in web development, video editing, graphic design, whatever. You got to do research, and then when you find suppliers, you're gonna go and really check out the reviews, right? You wanna go for people who have 4.9 stars minimum, okay? You wanna see some orders in the queue. You wanna see good feedbacks, okay? You can read feedbacks and see what people are saying. So, for example, 1 week ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, what people are saying. He put me together a well-working website. There was a little bit of back and forth that felt unnecessary at first, but I'm happy with the end product. Great value and outcome. And you can also see as well what the website was. So, it is really important to read all these reviews and stuff like that. But honestly, brother, you got to choose very low cost suppliers. Otherwise, you're not going to make money in this business. You want to maximize low price suppliers, high price clients. You're going to maximize your revenue and you're going to start making money much, much faster. This is so important. I hope that you found this drop servicing tutorial very, very useful. These learnings took me over 5 years to learn with my own skin, okay? And I made thousands of dollars with this business model. So if you want to learn, if you still have questions, doubts, you're not sure about something, I've actually got a 3-month mentorship program. You can apply using this email and I can help you to get started. I mentored so many people in the last year from US, UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Portugal, United Arab Emirates, India, Indonesia, etc. If you want to be next, apply and I'm going to see you in the mentorship. Thanks for watching this video. Drop a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to see you in the next video.